welcome back to my channel and welcome the newcomers. I hope you like what you see, and if so, be part of this journey by hitting that subscription button. It's free, and hit the bell notification to be notified of the new uploads. I would just like to mention that if the video is a little bit too fast for you, up top there's 3 little buttons. You can click there, slow down the video to the speed you'd like. Also, right next to it, there's the CC letters for closed caption. You can turn that on, and you can read all the stitch that I'm calling down here. By pausing the video, take notes, will make it easier for you. Now, normally when I upload the videos, it takes about an hour for YouTube to search all my words that I'm saying, so it can appear on the closed captions. So don't panic if you don't see right away the closed captions, because the video has just been launched. It will show up in about a half an hour to an hour after the upload. I also would like to mention that if you have extra yarn, extra thread, and you'd like to help the women in need, we highly appreciate it and being very, very grateful for it. Thank you for the ones that already have helped and are still helping. If you'd like to donate, right below the video, there's a little bag of $. You can donate whatever amount you'd like. Nobody's asking for millions. Anything helps. It adds up at the end. You can also go into the description box. My PayPal account is there. You can donate through there if you'd like also. Please always give a thumbs up on the video if you like the video. It does help the video to circulate and also to be recognized worldwide. I gratefully appreciate it. Thank you so much. That's one way to help me out and to help to continue to create these beautiful pieces. Also share on your Facebook public. It costs nothing. Everything is free. There's no charge of anything. So please help out to grow the channel. I do have a Facebook group, private group. If you have a profile, you're more than welcome to request to be a member. It's free, of course, and we'll approve you. You must have a profile. Be careful with the links that you go into the groups that says cut and bit. These are fraud scammers that go through your phones, your computers, and take every information of yours. Do not open up those links. There's a lot of hackers in the groups now. That's why I made sure that my group is private. I want to thank every single one of you from the start being with me, and thank you so much for the newcomers. It costs nothing to subscribe, so please do so. Thank you so much, everybody. Everything will be listed always in the description box for every pattern that I create, the sizes, the thread that I use, which is Portugal thread. They're 100% cotton thread, 4-ply, which is similar to Aunt Lydia. Number 3, which number 3 Aunt Lydia is just a little bit thicker than my thread, not by much, but a little bit. I usually use a hook 3 or 3.5, a small one for tucking in loose ends, and a pair of scissors, of course. So thank you, everybody. Any other questions, suggestions, please feel free to comment. You can always get a hold of me if your intentions are to give some thread or yarn away. There's my email below the description box. There's my Facebook page that you can follow also, my Facebook group, my Instagram, my TikTok. So there's so many ways you can message me. Thank you so much, everybody. I hug every single one of you, and much blessings to all of you. Okay, let's get started. Okay, everyone. So today we're going to get into this doily. And I believe I'm going to make also the runner for it. So you might stay tuned for that. If you're not subscribed yet, make sure you are and hit that bell notification to be notified of the new uploads. And of course, if you like what you see, please do give a thumbs up on the video. It's extremely important. Also, sharing is caring. It's one way for us to keep growing, and it helps a lot the channel. And I thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. So we're going to get started. I use 100% 4-ply cotton thread, similar to Aunt Lydia number 3, which is best to create these type of doilies. I'll be using a 2.75 hook, a small one to tuck in loose ends, and of course a pair of scissors. I believe I have like 40 grams of this salmon orangey and about 20 grams, I believe, of the white. So it doesn't take much, and it's very fast to create. Let's get started, everyone. So the first thing you want to do is that magic circle. Just put on your 2 fingers and make a next on it, or you can do a 6 chain. Okay, so once you have that magic circle, put your thread into position and do 1 chain. Come back in and do a single and then 2 chain going up. That means a double crochet, 1 chain space. Inside of here we're going to do 12 double crochets, separated space of 1 chain per space. Okay, and of course you can go as big as you like on that. It's just keep adding rows at the center. Just repeat the rows. Okay, so row 1, I'll meet you at the end. So I've come to the end. I've pulled onto my string to close it up. I'm going to do my 1 chain. On my 2nd chain, so once we've closed up, I'm going to come in between the next space, between the next double crochet, and I'm going to do a single and chain 2. Inside of the same space, I'm creating 2 double crochets per space. 1 chain space into the next space of 1 chain, and create 2 double crochets. 1 chain space, and again 2 double crochets. We're going to repeat this all the way around, 2 double crochets per space where we have 1 chain, and then we're going to close in with the slip stitch once we do our 1 chain. Okay, so I'll meet you at the end. So I've closed in with the slip stitch. Again, I call it the walk. So I am going to do the walk to the next space with a slip stitch, and then coming into the space, I'm going to do a single, 2 chain. Now we're going to have 3 double crochets. That's including with the single and the 2 chain. So it's groups of 3, 1 chain space, and into the next space where we have the 1 chain, and create again 3 double crochets. So we're going to have 3 double crochets per space, and then after we do 1 chain, we're going to close it in on the 2nd chain here, because we did a single 2 chain with a slip stitch. So we are in row 3. I'll meet you at the beginning of row 4. So going into row 4, again, I'm going to do the walk into my space there. Once I get to my space, I'm going to do a single and 2 chain. That equals a double crochet. I'm going to do another double crochet, 1 chain, and 2 more double crochets. Now if your chain is too tight, then you can do a 2 chain space. Okay, 1 chain space, and I'm into the next space, creating 2 groups of 2 double crochets separated by 1 chain between them, and then 1 chain between the groups. I'm sure some of you that follow me have seen me create this centerpiece for many other doilies, like some of the Christmas ones and so on. Most of them are on the playlist, so you can go into the playlist and search doilies. Okay, so I'll meet you at the end. Okay, you guys, going into row 5. So I've closed in with slip stitch. I did the walk with a slip stitch, went into the center of my group, did a single, 2 chain. I'm going to do another double crochet in here, 1 chain space, into the next space, again 2 double crochets, 1 chain space, and into the group in the middle, 2 double crochets. So this row 5 is 2 double crochets per space where we have the 1 chain. I'll meet you at the end. Okay, so I finished row 5, did my slip stitch, then the walk into the space with a single, chain 2. Now inside of this space, we're going to create 3 double crochets. So this whole row will be groups of 3, 1 chain space. Remembering that if your stitch is too tight, you can do a 2 chain space. Okay, so 3 double crochets, 1 chain space into the next space with 3 more double crochets. This is row 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll meet you at the end. Actually, before I forget, so row 6 and 7 is exactly the same thing. So when you finish this row, walk with the slip stitch, come into the center and create 3 more double crochets into the spaces. So row 6 and 7 is a repeat of 3 groups of 3 groups of 3 double crochet per space, 6 and 7. So I'll meet you at the end of row 7. Okay, you guys, so I finished row 7, and also row 8 will be a repeat. So I did the walk with the slip stitch, and I'm gonna create the 3 double crochet groups, 1 chain space between them. So row 6, 7, and 8 is exactly the same. I didn't mention it before, so you guys don't get all confused up. So okay, and now row 9, we are going to change again. In row 9, we're going to do the groups exactly like we did here. The 2 double crochet, 1 chain, the 2 double crochet. That's the next row. Okay, so I'll meet you at the end. Okay, you guys, so we finished row 8, going into row 9. Did the walk with the slip stitch into the center, did the single 2 chain. Now we're going to create those 2 groups of 2 double crochet, 1 chain space between them, 1 chain space again into the next space, 2 double crochet, 1 chain space, and 2 more double crochets. So we're going to create groups of 2 per space, 1 chain space in between them. And row 10 will be groups of 2 double crochet per space. Okay, I'll meet you at the beginning of row 10. Okay, everyone, so beginning of row 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I did a slip stitch. I did the walk with the slip stitch. I did a single 2 chain. We're going to create groups of 2 double crochet, 1 chain space, next space, 2 double crochet, 1 chain space into the center of the groups here, 1 chain space, and into the next one. So the next row is going to be just double crochet. We're going to close the pattern out on the motifs here, of course. Okay, so 2 double crochet inside where the groups are, and 2 double crochet in space, 1 chain space between them, and again. So I'll meet you at the end of row 10. Okay, everyone, going into row 11. So I closed in with a slip stitch. I'm coming back in the same one, doing a single and 2 chain. That's what you call a double crochet. Next space, double crochet inside of the space, double crochet, 1 per space, double crochet. So this row 11 is only about double crochets. Now I might, if I can't remember that well, but I think I might be missing 1 or 2 double crochets to do the next row. I can't remember clearly. It's just so much creations, but anyway, no issues. If it's missing, we'll figure out a way, or we can just add, since we're doing 1 per space, I'm going to add another one here. It doesn't matter if we're over 1. So I'm going to put 2 together here just to make sure, because I think there's 1 space, 1 double crochet or 2 missing. So I'm going to add 1 into there. Okay, everywhere else is 1 double crochet per space. Okay, now I'll meet you at the end, because then we're going to do the V's up top in order to proceed with the white. Okay. Okay, you guys, so I finished row 11, going into row 12. I'm going to come back in the same space, create a single, 1 2. This would be for a double crochet, and 2 more for space. I'm coming back in the same space and doing a double crochet. So we're creating these V's. I'm going to do 1 chain space, and I'm going to skip 1, 2, 3. On my 4th one, I'm doing double crochet, 2 chain space, and back into the same space. So I have my second V. 1 chain space, skip 1, 2, 3. On my 4th one, 2 chain space, back into the same one, and double crochet. So creating these V's, and then we can cut the thread once we get to the end. 1 chain space, skip 1, 2, 3. On my 4th one, and then 2 chain space, and another double crochet in the same space. Okay, I'll meet you at the end. Okay, you guys, so I reached the end, and it was good that I did add those 2 double crochets on the same space, because look, it's just perfect. 1, 2, 3, and it would be on your 4th one, right? So it worked out perfect. Thank God I remember. I wasn't too sure if it was 1 or 2, but I guess it was 1. Didn't matter if I had added 2 more, I would have just skipping it. Okay, so now we're just going to pull this thread through the loops here in the V, because we're going to cover it up with the double crochet. So just works out perfect. I'm going to make a little knot here just to be on the safe side, and then cut the excess thread off, and I'm going to come in with my white one now. So slip stitch knot. I'm going to come in any V with a single inside of the center of any V. Turn my thread here to hide it. 1, 2 chain, so that's a double crochet. This is my second, my third, my 4th, and my 5th. Trying to hide my thread at the same time. Pull it on here. So okay, so now we're going to go directly into the center where we have that 1 chain between the V's, and then back again, create your 5 double crochets. So very simple, nothing to it. We're going to do this all the way around, and then we're going to cut our thread again and come in with that salmon orange. 2, 4, 5. Then again, come into the next space between the V's with a single, and inside of the space of the V with 5 double crochets. And then between the space, single. Okay, so we're making these shells all the way around. I'll meet you at the end. Okay, everyone, so I pretty much finished. I'm going to cut my white. And I'm just going to tuck in behind here. Now, normally when it's certain patterns like this, I normally don't even cut my thread, but because I don't want to confuse you guys, overwhelm you guys with it, I'm just going to cut it for the purpose of the tutorial, or else I wouldn't. I would just pull the threads in a good length and continue on, so I don't have to do any cutting and tucking in. But anyway, no biggie, right? Okay, coming in with, again, my salmon orange. Slip stitch knot. Of course, you should know you never count that for anything. Let me just fix this camera here a bit. Sometimes it's just My space is very tight here, right? Okay. So now we're going to come right beside it, not on top of the single, but right beside it, and I'm going to do a single in between the shells. We're going to create those V's. The only differences will be in triple crochet, okay? So I have my single, 1 chain, 2, 3 chain, 4 chain. I'm gonna triple, so I'm coming back in the same space, take out once, take out twice, take out 3 times. I'm going to come directly again into the next space. Now you'll notice that at some point it's going to start like pulling together. 1, 2 chain space again, come back into the same space. Try that again. But once it starts pulling together and starts bending, don't worry, because the next row is going to get it straight. Again, into the next space right beside the single. Take out once, take out twice, and 3 times. Chain 2. Have 3 on your hook, 3 turns on your hook. Take out once, twice, and 3 times. And again into the next space. And again, do your triple crochet. We're going to do this all the way around, and then you can cut your thread. As you can see, it's starting to pull already, but don't worry, it will all get straightened out on the next row. Okay, so I'll meet you at the end. So I'm coming to my last one. So we have the single on my 2nd chain, actually no, on my 3rd chain. I'm going to close it up. Now, like I said, normally I don't cut my thread, I just proceed by here, but because for the purpose of the tutorial, not to get you guys confused, I'm cutting my thread so you can follow and do the same, because there's a lot of you that are beginners at this, so I don't want to put you through that situation, right? So I made a knot right in the center of that V, because we're going to come back in with the white and work on that V. Now if you notice, it's all like crumpled up, right? Almost looks like a hat sort of thing, but no worries, it's going to get fixed now with the white. So we're going to repeat the same thing, the shell, like we did on here. Slip stitch knot, come inside of the V, create your single, 2 chain, trying to hide my thread at the same time. So we're going to do the 5 double crochets again. So I have 3, 4, and this is my 5th one. I'm going to come back in here again with the single in between the V's and continue to create your shells again of 5 double crochet. I have 3, 4, and 5. Come into the space of 1 chain, not 1 chain, the space in between them, and do your shell of 5 double crochets. We're going to repeat this all the way around, and then cutting the thread again and coming back into the triples again on the last row of these triples. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come into the space. And in between them, we do, as you can see, it's starting to get pretty straightened out, and it will get straightened out as you fill them. It will lay flat after, so don't stress about it, okay? Everyone, as you see, it was all curved up, and now it's nice and flat and straight, okay? So we're going to repeat again the triple. So again, we're going to come on the side here of the single, do a single, and try to hide my thread. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. You can do a 5 chain if you want to. I'm coming back in and doing again the V. I'm going to come directly into the next space and do my triples again. Chain 2, and again, remember it's going to curve up again, but once we fill in the last row of the white, it's going to get all straightened out, so no stress. Two chain space, and again triple crochet. So we're going to repeat these V's again all the way around. Okay, so I'll meet you at the end. Okay, you guys, so as you can see, it's all crumpled up again like it was before. But like I said, no stress. Once we add this last row, it's all going to get straightened out. So don't worry about that. Funny how, you know, it looks like a hat and then it gets straightened out as the shells go in. Okay, so we're going to repeat the shells again. Coming in on any V, doing a single, 2 chains. So that's my first double crochet, my second, my third, my fourth, and my last one, my fifth. Coming into the space, create your single, then repeat the same process. And then oops, actually this last one, sorry, let's go back again, almost forgot. This last one, we're having a chain space between the double crochets, almost forgot that detail. So single, 2 chain, 1 more for space, coming in, double crochet, 1 chain space, coming in, double crochet, 1 chain space. I have 3, 4, and my fifth. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1 chain space between them. I'm coming here in between the shells of the triple with a single. So nothing changes. The only thing that changes is 1 chain space between the 5 double crochets. Okay, 1 chain space, and create your double crochets. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, come in between the triples, and again we're repeating the same thing. And then we have 1 more row left with the salmon orange. I know on camera doesn't look the same color, unfortunately, but trust me when I tell you that it's a beautiful color. So 1 chain space and between the 5 double crochets, okay? And then again, single. Now remembering, it's already starting to get straightened, so it's going to get straightened up as you go. And then we're coming in with the orange, salmon color, orangey color. I'll meet you at the end. Okay, you guys, last row. So I'm coming back in with my orange, salmon orange, single. Now I'm going to come in between the first double crochet and the second, and I'm going to do a single. We got fireworks going on from the neighbors. They love doing that, especially when it's close to holidays. So apologize for that. And that's so scary for the poor dogs around. It's like not comfortable at all, right? So 1 single per space, okay? On my, so I have 4. So I started in between the first and second double crochet, single, next space single, next space single, next space single. So I have 4 singles. I'm going to do the triple, and I'm going to come down here where we have the triple and do a triple. I'm going to come again with the triple directly from behind into the next one. Take out once, take out twice, take out 3 times. I'm coming again between the first and second double crochet in the middle space. Single, second single, third single, my fourth single. Again, this time I'm coming from the inside and doing my triple. And again, from the side and doing my triple, coming directly into between the first and second double crochet, single, 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 and my fourth single. And again, triple coming from the inside and do your triple. From the side and do your triple. Coming in between the first and second double crochet, first single, second, third, fourth single, doing the triple, coming inside of the center and doing my triple. Do your triple again, coming from the outside of it here on the side, and again between the first and second double crochet. So very simple. This pretty much does it for this tutorial. Thank you so much to every single one of you. Please don't forget to hit that like button, and if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. It helps the channel, and don't forget to hit that bell notification to be notified of the new uploads. I'll have the measurements and the pictures and the little video at the end on display. Thank you, everyone. Until next time. Bye-bye.